Hi friend, welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. I'm coming to you today from the Gooskimook First Nations unceded territories here in North Vancouver Island. And today we're going to have some fun with our Pilates ball. If you don't have a ball, that's actually fine. You could probably substitute with the yoga block. It won't quite be the same, but you can get by. I definitely recommend getting one of these though because they're a lot of fun and they're pretty inexpensive and really versatile. So let's get right to it. We're going to have a seat on our mats. We're going to place our ball in between the knees. We're going to lengthen through the spine. So I want you to think sitting tall on those sits bones. So we don't want to be here. We want to be nice and tall with a nice flat back. Good. Imagine I'm coming along, grounding the crown of the head, pulling you straight up. And with your ribs, you want to draw those ribs in just a little. Bring those shoulders back. Engage through the pelvic floor and the groin to draw the knees together. Good. And we're just going to do some slow in and out movements with our knees. So bring the knees in and out. Good. Continuing to sit nice and tall. Good stuff. Flat lower back. So again, don't slouch. Sit as tall as you can. Think you want to get almost onto the center or even try to aim for like the front end of those sits bones. Good. Keep drawing those ribs in. And we start to activate through the pelvic floor. So think you're in the middle of going pee. You want to squeeze and stop the stream. Good. Next, imagine you're in the washroom going for number 2. Again, you want to squeeze and stop, waking up all those muscles. And thirdly, if you're a biological female, imagine you have like a little blueberry right at the opening of your vagina. You want to squeeze and pull that in. So those 3 openings, or if you're a male, those 2 openings, you're squeezing those muscles. Continue to draw the thighs in together. Good. And as I bring my legs in together, I'm really thinking of activating from the inner thighs. So it's not so much the knees, but rather the inner thighs and the groin that are squeezing. Good. Keep sitting tall. Flat lower back. Tuck those ribs in. And breathe. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. From here, let's come on down to our elbows. We're going to flatten out that back. So again, we don't want to be slumped with the chest and the spine to the ground. Think we're actively pushing away from the floor here. Good. Chest is lifted up. Back is nice and flat here. Belly button drawn in. Again, my ribs are not flared. They are tucked in. I'm squeezing that pelvic floor. I'm going to just start by floating my toes off the ground here. Good. And keep imagining you're pulling that pelvic floor up and in. Again, we're going to come in and squeeze with the knees. In and squeeze with the knees. So right now I'm trying to keep my feet static over a spot on my mat, trying not to move them. It's just the knees moving. Keep that lower back nice and flat. Chest stays lifted. Ribs are tucked. Keep that pelvic floor nice and strong. Good. Now from here we're going to squeeze the knees together as hard as we can. Now push the feet apart. Good. Bring the feet to tap. Push the feet apart. Bring the feet to tap. Good job. Push the feet out. So think we're internally rotating, my bad. So bringing those thighs in. Good. Rotate the thighs in. Good. Keep pulling that pelvic floor up and inwards. Good. And you may actually feel your oblique starting to fire. This is good. Keeping our lower back nice and flat, keeping our chest lifted, actively pushing away from the mat through the shoulders. Keep squeezing the knees together as hard as you can. Good. And then from here, we will grab our ball. We will place it just beneath the corner portion of your ribs. So kind of just right here. So not in the back, but just a little to the side. I'm going to be balancing in my bum dimple. So just behind that hip socket. Good stuff. Bring that ball just a little lower so it's right against that bottom floating rib. Hands are going to be up here. We're going to extend this bottom leg. Top leg, we're going to have the toe floating on the ground. And first we're going to come down to tap the outside of that heel to the ground. And then bring that leg up and across. Good. Bringing it down, up and across. So think your kneecap is pointing to where the ceiling and the wall would connect in front of you. Good. Now I'm not slouching into my ball here. I'm actually trying to push away from the ground with the bottom side of the rib cage. Good. Floating this top foot, so just my big toe is touching the ground. If you want a bit more intensity, of course, you can lift that foot completely. Good stuff. Keep breathing. Feel a nice burn through that inner thigh. Give me 3 more. 3, 2, whoo, and 1. Good stuff. Lift and hold. Straighten out both legs for 10, 9, 8. Push away from the ground. Space between the ribs and the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Whew. Other side. So again, we're in our bum dimple, placing that ball just against kind of like at the back end of the side of the ribs, right against those bottom floating ribs. Our back leg is bent, toe is touching the ground. This leg is just a little bit in front of me, so ever so slightly, my kneecap is pointing forward. Good, I'm pushing away from the ground, not slouching into my ball. I'm bringing it up with the inner thigh. Good. 2. Now think you want to squeeze through the belly as you're drawing that thigh across. So it's actually the lower belly connecting into that inner thigh that's generating the force of the movement. Good. We're squeezing that pelvic floor closed. Again, imagine you're right in the washroom. Oh, shoot, you got to stop. Squeeze everything nice and tight. Good. 6 more. 6, 5. Oh, my abs. 4. Oh my goodness, are you guys at home feeling this as much as I am? Because, 2, and 1. Lift and float. Legs together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, let's flip her over. Coming onto our backs now. Oh, there's a little sandpiper. Beautiful little seabird. So again, we're going to be on our forms, but we're just going to be a little lower here. You are also welcome to lay on the ground. Whichever one you do, just ensure that your back is nice and flat. So if you're going to be on the floor, try to have your spine flat to the ground and think you're curling your pubic bones slightly up to you, ribs tucked down. You're going to be better off having your legs higher and having your back flat. So what I would suggest, if you're going to do the flat back version, start with your feet high, lower to just where you start to feel your back want to lift off the ground. Stay there, and as you start to feel your back lift, if you're getting tired, bring your feet higher. If you're going to be on your forearms, ensure that we're not slouched into the shoulders here. We are pushing the chest up, flattening through that lower back, tucking those ribs, belly button drawn in. From here, we're going to come up, we're going to squeeze our legs together. So think you're scissoring the feet together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, there he goes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can roll that ball and switch. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Flat lower back. Pelvic floor drawn in. 2 and 1. Roll the ball. Now we're just going to roll the ball back and forth. Chest stays lifted. If you're on the ground, spine to the floor. Good. Keeping it going. Now see if you can bring the legs all the way across to cross. All the way across to cross. All the way. Last one. Woo! Good. Come on down. Let's have a lay. From here, let's place our ball in between our knees. Such a good one. Curl that pelvis up, spine to the ground, tuck the ribs. We're going to drive the heels into the ground to push away from us. Try to curl your pubic bone slightly up towards you. The reason I say this is just to help us engage that lower portion of the belly. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to push it up to the sky. Good. So try to avoid dumping the tailbone or the bum to the floor. We don't want to be here. I think we want to be nicely pressed up. So this is where curling that pubic bone up slightly can really help to activate through that lower belly. My heels are going to be directly beneath my knees. I'm going to activate again through the groin into the inner thigh to draw the thighs together. My ribs are not flared here. They are tucked. Everything is nice and firm. Good. From here, I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes. Hover the heels to the ground. Up on the tiptoes. Hover the heels to the ground. Good. Good job. You've got this. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good work. Keep squeezing. So really focus on keeping that lower belly engaged. So pull that pubic bone up towards your face. Keep drawing that belly button down. You've got this. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Good. Heels to the floor here. Lift that pelvis a little higher. Lift and float one leg. Now feel that lower belly start to activate. Pull that pubic bone towards you. Other side. Up. Right on. Such a good core workout. Other side. Good work. You've got this. Good. Keep those thighs drawn together. Thighs are parallel to each other. Good. Keep pressing that pelvis up to the sky. Good. One more round. Good. Keep pushing that pelvis up. Perfect. From here, we're going to come down slow. Hover the bum above the mat. Coming up. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4. Up. Good. Pull that pelvic floor in. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Keep the ribs tucked. 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing the heels into the ground, pushing away from you. Hold. Down. Belly button drawn in. Pelvic floor is strong. Thighs together. Up. Hold. Good job. We're going to feel this tomorrow. Down. Up. And hold. Good work. And down. Right on. From here, come back up to the forearms. Squeeze that ball as hard as you can through the inner thighs. Draw the ball to the chest as if you want to tap the chest. Come down, tap the toes. So as I'm drawing the ball up, I'm not slumping through the back. I'm keeping my chest lifted, keeping that lower back nice and flat. And I'm thinking I'm using my abdomen to draw the knees up to the chest and down. Keep squeezing that ball up to the chest and down. Good job. We're exhaling as we come up. Inhaling as we come down. Beautiful work, my friend. Keeping it going. Keep squeezing that ball as hard as you can. Pulling that pelvic floor up and in. We've got this. We are strong. We do Pilates. Good job. Keeping it going. From here, we're going to do one more. Draw the knees up, lift the chest as high as you can, flatten out that back, lengthen the spine, draw those knees in. Now pulse the knees together. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good job. Keep breathing. Pelvic floor is strong. Push away from the ground. Stay actively lifted through those shoulders. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, take that ball. Place it in between the feet. Bring the knees to be over the hips. Again, we're not here. Flatten that lower back, lift the chest, squeeze the feet together, bring your knees together and out. Together and out. Now, if this is really challenging, you can bring your knees a little closer to the chest. Just be mindful not to do this. Stay nice and active. Lifted through those shoulders. Try to keep those shins parallel to the ground. Pulling that pelvic floor up and in. Flattening through that lower back, lifting the chest, pushing away from the ground through the shoulders and forearms. Try to hold that ball as steady as you can. Might be feeling this in the inner thighs, maybe the lower belly. Good job. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. From here, open the knees as far as you can. Bring the knees to the shoulders. Tap the ball, so keeping the knees spread as far apart as possible. We're pulling that pelvic floor up and in. We're staying lifted through the chest. We're not slouching the back to the ground. Nice flat lower back, belly button drawn in. Good. Pushing away from the floor, from the forearms. Chest is lifted. Pelvic floor is strong. And think we're really activating through the sides of the hips and the bum cheeks to draw those thighs as far apart as possible. Last one. Good. Draw those knees in. Push the chest higher. Draw the belly button in. Lengthen the spine. Flatten that lower back. Good. And come on down. Whew. Oh, yeah. Wow. What a good one. Whew. Right on, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really happy to have you. It always means the world to me to see that you're enjoying these videos. I have a lot of fun making them, so it means a lot that you seem to be enjoying it too. Until next time, I hope to see you soon. Take care, and if you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing and sharing with your friends. Much love.